Good morning, everyone. It's Mary. It's time for another episode of Monday Morning Leadership Bites. Today I wanted to talk to you about vision casting amongst volunteers. Many leaders have a tendency to volunteer within their community. It's a way to give back. It's a way to give of their time. And it's a way to actually sharpen their skill sets as leaders. In this coming weekend at my home church, Crossroads, there is an event that's been going on for, I believe, about 13 years called Go Local. It is one of these service events. There are hundreds of projects nationwide. I actually think I heard there was a project going on in Japan, actually. But there are hundreds of projects going on in which we just go and we love on our community. And there are some as far as California, and there's tons regionally where the church is located. There's something like 5,400 volunteers that's going to hit cities across the world and just love on them, whether it's going to a nursing home, whether it's praying for a city, whether it's cleaning up a park, laying down mulch, just tons of different things that are going on in parks and so forth. And it got me thinking about, how do we vision cast to our volunteers? How do we give them a portion of what we're excited about to our volunteers? So first of all, let me make a distinction between vision and mission. Mission is usually a mantra. It is what we're about, what the organization, the family, the team, what we're about. This team is about this. We do transformations. We do whatever the thing is that you're after. That is your mission. That is what you're going for. It is the overall arching theme of everything you do. And a vision is how you're going to do it. It is the long-term view of how you're going to get there. So you know what you're going for. The vision says how we're going to get there. And it's usually 3, 4, 5 years out for that vision. And so visions will tend to shift and morph over time, even if it's just a matter of words. Your mission often will stay the same, although a lot of people, I said, use those words interchangeably. And we could argue about mission and vision from a academic point of view, but basically for me, mission says here's what we're all about, and vision is how we're going to get there. Okay, and so when we clarify vision with volunteers, if you're a leader of a volunteer group, or you're a leader within an organization, a nonprofit organization, and you count on volunteers for people to help get things done, that your organization or the organization you're a part of already probably has a very big vision. There's a overarching large vision for that organization, and now there's an event or a activity or a task, and whether it's one serve or ongoing, you have volunteers that are coming in and they're going to do something. And I think as leaders, we forget that although the volunteers signed up, so therefore they must know, and volunteers volunteer for different reasons. Some people need credit for college. Some people just need something to do, or whatever it might be, why they've shown up, they're there. And this is a chance to, number one, clarify the vision for them, make the connection for them from the large organization to what the event they're doing right then and there. Why are they doing that thing that day? Why did they give up their time? Time is a precious commodity. They've given you their time. So you want to clarify that vision. You want to make it the connection for them so they understand that whatever they're doing, if they're cleaning up a park, if they're serving children, if they're going out into community, if they're handing out flyers, whatever it is that you have them doing, that they're doing it because there's this bigger vision and purpose for them. Don't assume they can make that connection. You should make the connection as the leader. Now they're there, and so therefore they understand a portion of that, but you're helping to miss any missing pieces along the way, and you have ability to tell the organization's story as to why they do what they do. Now, number two, I want you to recruit early adopters. As leaders, often we get to that scene or the building or the park or whatever, we're getting there fairly early. And there's always one or two people that show up early because they misread the email, they got dropped off, they weren't sure what time they needed to be there. These are great. These are blessings because these are the people that you can recruit early on and say, hey, I could really use your help. as volunteers come in, can you just greet them? Because what we're all about is making sure that people feel comfortable. As volunteers sign in right here, if you could direct them to the next steps or go to the website, because what we really want is our volunteers to understand what is next on the scene, and pass them off to this person or give them this piece of literature. Those early adopters recruit early adopters because they're there to help you. As leaders, I think we have a tendency to take everything on ourselves, especially in a volunteer situation. No, the best thing you can do is give that work away so that you as a leader can actually go around and talk. You're not doing at that point. You're actually leading a group of people to do, but you're not doing. And so we have to give away the things that are on our clipboard and give them out to other people. And if we can recruit those early adopters, they can help spread that vision to everybody else. If you can give them bits of the story of why we're doing this, it's always fun when I'm in a volunteer situation. I hear someone repeat something I've just said to another volunteer, right? Because now I've given them a piece of the story, and now they've passed that piece of the story on to someone else. And it's not up to me to be able to spread that vision amongst my volunteers. Number 3, I want you to drip vision into everything. So whether it's you have a set number of people coming, or this is just an unknown, show up and we'll assign you something. But if there's a way of even putting some of that vision into your emails early on communications, when they walk into the door, there should be bits and pieces of why you're doing what you're doing, the connection to the greater good in everything you do. Whether you open with an introduction, there should be bits of vision there. As you're going throughout your day, there'll be bits of vision there. And when you close, very important, at the closing of the event or the closing of the activity for the day, even if this is long-standing, a reminder that is the volunteer's paycheck, the reminder of the time they gave and how it connects to the bigger vision of what you're trying to accomplish. And then the 4th thing I want you to do is I want you to present an opportunity to change or challenge. So in that moment, you said, hey, this was great, love having you, and I would love to have you back. I allow them the opportunity not to just volunteer, but to come alongside you as another volunteer leader, to come alongside you and change the world, to come alongside you and have an opportunity to challenge the status quo and take that vision that you've already cast and say, hey, I would really love to be a part of this story. So there you go. Whether you're volunteering as a volunteer leader at an organization of your church, a nonprofit, or even in your community, I want you to be able to cast vision, because for volunteers, this is their paycheck. This makes them feel as if what they did, the time they gave up, what it was for. So this has been Mary for another episode of Monday Morning Leadership Bites. Remember to like, comment, and share, and I'll see you next week.